Imagine training an AI for 40 grueling hours, dropping thousands of dollars in cloud compute, only for a sudden power outage to wipe out every single calculation in a split second. It is the absolute worst nightmare of any machine learning engineer.
Welcome to Yurix AI. This is lecture 31 of LLMs from scratch, zero to builder, where our objective is to master saving and loading models in PyTorch so you never lose your progress. I'm honestly super excited for this explainer because what we're covering today is literally the ultimate safety net for your engineering workflows.
All right, let's quickly check out our roadmap. Today we cover 1. Why we save checkpoints, 2. Saving and loading parameters, and 3. Saving the optimizer state to resume training. So moving right into section 1, why we save checkpoints. Let's look at this high-stakes problem. You see, training large language models takes massive amounts of time and compute power. We're talking weeks of continuous math. So here is the standout idea for today. You spent hours training, so checkpointing saves the weights in optimizer state so you never lose that work. If that just clicked, hit the like button. Whether you're deploying for inference later or just protecting yourself against a random crash, this is exactly how you lock in your AI's learned intelligence. Okay, section 2, saving and loading parameters. Basically, extracting the brain. Right, so we need a way to literally take the brain of the model out of active memory and put it safely onto your hard drive. To do this, we use something called the state_dict. Now, a state_dict is simply a Python dictionary that maps each layer of your neural network to its current parameter tensor, meaning the actual learnable weights and biases. Keep in mind, only layers with learnable parameters, like, say, convolutional or linear layers, actually get entries here. Let's use an everyday analogy to make this crystal clear. Think of training an LLM kind of like playing a really tough, massive role-playing video game. The model's state_dict, well, that's your character's current stats, their level, their inventory. It's exactly who your character is right now. On the flip side, the optimizer state is the game engine's active memory. The momentum of the enemies, active physics, running cooldown timers, all that stuff. We'll talk about the optimizer more in just a minute, but right now we're just focusing on saving those character stats. So to save just your character's stats, meaning your model parameters for later use, you just follow these steps. PyTorch recommends serializing the state_dict using the torch.save function. You literally just pass in model.state_dict and give it a file path. The standard PyTorch convention here is to save these files with a .pt or .pth extension. It's lightweight, it's efficient, and it's absolutely perfect for when you just want to run the model to generate text later. And then, when you're ready to bring that model back online for inference, here's your playbook. First, you initialize an untrained version of your model structure. Second, you call load_state_dict and pass in your saved dictionary. And third, actually pay close attention to this because it catches a lot of beginners out, you must run model.eval. This tells layers like dropout and batch normalization that you're just testing or inferring, you are not training. If you forget this step, your model's outputs are going to be totally unpredictable. Before we move on to the more advanced stuff, I've got a quick question for you. Ever lost a long training run? Checkpoints are the fix. Thoughts? Pause the explainer right now and drop your answer in the comments. Seriously, I love hearing your debugging horror stories. All right, moving on to section 3, saving the optimizer state and training history so we can seamlessly resume runs. Now, saving just the weights isn't enough if we actually want to pick up exactly where we left off. And this is where the optimizer state comes in. Returning to that video game analogy for a second, if you load a save file but the game engine completely forgets all your active buffs, cooldown timers, and momentum, you're going to start from a dead stop and probably get knocked out instantly. The optimizer state holds all those running buffers, learning rates, and momentum values that actively guide how your model learns. So to truly pause and then resume training later, we create what's called a general checkpoint. A general checkpoint bundles everything together into one big dictionary. You save the epoch number you were currently on, the model's state_dict, the optimizer's state_dict, and the current loss. Now, because it holds so much more context, this general checkpoint is usually, 2 to 3 times larger than just the model weights alone. But creating this master save file is incredibly straightforward. You just pack all those individual pieces into a single standard Python dictionary. Then, exactly like before, you run torch.save on that massive dictionary. A really common convention in the PyTorch community is to save these general checkpoints using a .tar file extension. That way, you know at a glance that it's a full bundle, not just the weights. To resume training from this checkpoint, this workflow right here is going to be your best friend. Initialize your model in your optimizer first, then load the .tar file. Next, you unpack that dictionary, feeding the model state back into the model and the optimizer state back into the optimizer. Grab your epoch and loss while you're at it. And finally, call model.train to ensure all your layers are prepped and ready to continue learning. And boom, you jump right back into the action.
Now, what is just brilliantly illuminating about PyTorch's flexibility is how it handles partial loading. Let's say you want to do some transfer learning, taking a model trained on one task and using its parameters to jumpstart a new, slightly different model. Well, PyTorch lets you warm start. You simply pass strict equals false when calling load state dict. PyTorch will elegantly load the keys that actually match and completely ignore the ones that don't. How cool is that? And we can't ignore the physical realities of hardware. What if you trained this massive checkpoint on a high-end cloud GPU, but you just want to load it locally on your laptop CPU to run some quick tests? PyTorch has you covered here too. When calling torch.load, you can use the map_location argument. By setting map_location to CPU, PyTorch safely remaps those tensors on the fly, totally preventing those annoying device mismatch errors. To wrap up this explainer, let's just do a quick review of the key takeaways. Remember, state dicts are your best friend. They're just simple Python dictionaries securing your parameters and optimizer momentum. You serialize them with torch.save and bring them back with torch.load. And the absolute golden rule, always toggle model.eval for testing and model.train to resume training. So I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. If your hardware crashed right now, would your LLM survive? Build good checkpointing habits today. That's it for this session. Like, share, subscribe to Yurix AI for a new lecture every day. Hit the bell.